What's up, guys? Chris here with our 5 with FLO, and today's topic is knowing who you are versus knowing who you're not, and which one's more important. And I think a lot of times when it comes to business, a lot of people are focused on creating a niche market. So they want to know who they are. Like, am I the flexibility guy? If you're in fitness, am I the strength guy? And if you're in sales, am I the stock guy? Am I the real estate guy? Am I this guy, that guy, whatever? Or female? Am I this businesswoman? Am I that person? And some people get so lost in creating that niche that they lose who they actually are. And in my opinion, it may be more important to know who you're not than to know who you actually are. And it's two different sides of the coin. And I think that they both have value in knowing both of them. But so many people focus on one and they lose the other, and vice versa. So, just from my personal experience, one of the things that tends to happen with people, and just because I'm in fitness, my experience is from there, but in other areas as well, is you become this one person and you're successful at that one thing. So, for example, for me, when I was teaching salsa lessons, so I taught salsa for a while in nightclubs, I became the salsa guy. So you're the guy who dances salsa and do all this. And then when you go, music changes and they put hip hop or something else, like, hey, you can't do that. You're the salsa guy. And it's like, no, I'm this person too. What I'm not is the person who just stands there and doesn't do anything. So in that case, know who I'm not. When it comes to fitness, with doing some of the stuff, I've been looked at in some light as you're the functional guy. And if you go to the gym and do bicep curls and squat rack stuff or whatever, they look at you like, hey, you're not that person. You're the functional guy. Why are you doing that? But at a point in my life, I was this person. I was a guy always doing curls and chest and tries one day, back and bis another day. And I've evolved to another person, but doesn't mean that person's completely gone from my life. I still enjoy doing some of those things. And I think so many people get caught in finding a niche, and then when they find that niche and they're successful at it, they then don't want to go back and do other things. They feel like they have to now do that one thing. And to me personally, you should never feel like you're lost and you have to do something. I remember, true story, I was at a wedding one time and a friend comes up to me and she's like, hey, Chris, I'm glad you're here. My cousin and my aunt and this other person are looking to dance salsa now that you're here. And it's like, it was one of those days where you just don't feel like doing stuff. And I'm like, you almost feel like used in that light. It's like, well, you invited me here just to dance salsa. Is that why I got the invite to this place? And when it comes to fitness, it's like, hey, you're the crawling on the floor animal guy. You need to do animal stuff. Let's go do animal stuff. And then you want to do something else that day. But no, I feel like hanging today and doing pull-ups and doing that stuff. I don't want to be the animal guy today, or the crawling guy today. And sometimes you don't want to be the functional guy. You want to be the person who just lists and has fun. And I think that because one's successful, you tend to do that more and more and more. Obviously, again, if it's lucrative, then by all means do it. But don't make it the only thing you do. And then it becomes your label, and then that label becomes your scarlet letter at the end of the day, because it's like everyone expects that from you. And the worst thing you can do is just try and focus and put your life's energy towards living to that expectation, because then you get pigeonholed in that. And then when that's not fun no more, that's not exciting no more, that's not in fashion or popular anymore, now you're almost in la la land. You see that a lot. One of the industries I see that the most is music industry. You're the hardcore rapper, and then you have this song about your family and friends, and people now look at you different. Like, dude, why would you rap about that? Or someone in the light of like a Jay-Z now, who has all this music about his life and relationship and his kids, and I think it's beautiful. His latest album, I think, is amazing. It's great content, talking about finances and getting your credit in order and all that. But people are like, oh, that's corny. He's played out. He's sold out. And it's like, no, he's evolved to a certain person. And in any industry you go to, you're going to evolve and you're going to learn and you're going to grow. And it's a term I like to use in mental mobility, is I've changed who I am. Doesn't mean I forgot about that person, because then you're that jerk who, like, oh, you're too good for us now, right? But you grow in your industry, you evolve in your industry, and that's an important thing, and that's something that we need to embrace. And you have to know in that light who you're not. And listen, I'm not only this person, I'm not only that, I'm not only this. What am I? I don't know. What I'm going to be? I don't know. It's a journey, and we're all on that journey, and we're all traveling through it. So it's not to say that you have to know exactly who you are right now. You just have to know the things that don't align with you. And that's when your morals, values, and principles come into play, because it's like, that doesn't align with me, I'm not going to do that. But doesn't mean I'm going to do this just because you're saying that's who I am. So at the end of the day, I don't know the answer. No one really knows the answer. What's more important, of knowing who you are and not knowing who you are? knowing things you don't align with. But you have to find that balance in yourself. And when you find something that's successful, you find something that's lucrative, doesn't mean you have to pigeonhole your whole life into it. You know, explore other things and grow, and don't be locked in one way of thinking and one stuck thing that you have to do and feel like the world pressures on you. You should be free to be able to do what you want in your industry and have fun with it and evolve and grow, and that's a part of life, is the evolution and growth. So that's our 5 with FLO. Again, I don't have the answers, but hopefully this video helps you guys out there. If it does, like, share, comment, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time.